people who came here legally are overstaying the time that we've allowed them to stay. Once we're able to secure our borders and fix a broken system, that's when we'll restore trust with the American people to be able to deal with some of the more pressing problems, having a guest worker program. And what do you do with those who came here and by no fault of their own are stuck without being able to have the American dream as a legal citizen? One thing about the DREAM Act and what the President did is that he went around Congress and he went around the rules. And unfortunately, in our political process, in our process of governing, the ends don't justify the means. It has to be a process in which we address this sequentially, step by step, so that we can be able to make sure that the people we want coming into this country can come in legally.
Adam, to you, and then Lois. Since our founding fathers expressly prohibited any religious test for public office in the U.S. Constitution, why do candidates seem to constantly throw up their religious credentials?
Well, I certainly don't believe that there should be a religious test. But I can tell you, my religion makes me stronger in who I am. My faith makes me a stronger human being. It makes me more certain in what I believe, and it also lets me understand what we need to do in order to help put our country back on the right track. Lois and I both happen to be Jewish, and this is a very important time for those of us in the Jewish community, where we celebrate a new year, where we atone for our sins, where we talk about the things that we need to do better. And I think that's part of that renewal that we need to go through. So excluding religion from the dialogue is not necessarily what we need to do. There shouldn't be a test about it, but I think you should look to see how somebody's faith and how somebody's character and principles help them make certain decisions. That's what's so important about it, and it's why I'm proud of my faith, and I'm proud that it makes me a better candidate and a better public servant.
Well, certainly I agree there should not be a religious test for a candidate. And for me, I will just say this. I don't wear my religion on my sleeve, it's in my heart. My parents brought me up with a concept in Judaism called tikkun olam, which means repair the world, social justice. That's really what's driven. You know what? I'm not driven by the platform of the political parties. I am driven by the values that my parents raised me with, and so I'm very proud of my Jewish heritage, and as I said, I keep it in my heart.
Thank you. Last question, starting with Lois. What is the greatest personal challenge of being a politician and being on the campaign?
That's a good one. Well, you know, they used to say, if you can't take a joke, don't go into politics. And I tell people that going into politics is sort of like playing football, except you don't get to wear the equipment. I think it's just, you know, keeping your perspective and keeping a sense of humor and knowing who you are.
Staying hydrated and making sure you get enough sleep is usually important. But really, too, it's about not overreacting. It's about not falling into the trap of the name-calling and the division and the finger-pointing and the blaming. I think I recognize that both parties got us into this mess. I'm doing my best to make sure that we talk about what we need, where we go from here. And every day I get to meet some amazing people throughout our communities. And they're the inspiration. They're the people that keep me going every day. The small business owner, the mom who's working an extra job to make ends meet, the college student who's looking for the job. Those are the things that keep you going on the campaign trail, and sometimes you just can't be distracted by a lot of the outside banter that's going on out there. So, thank you.